Everyone thinks a MagSafe car mount is just a magnet on a clip, but here's the thing, the Belkin MagSafe Car Vent Mount Pro isn't about raw magnet strength. It's about smart little engineering choices that keep your phone from face-planting mid-commute. Over 14 days, 320 miles, 3 cars, and 1 heavy iPhone 15 Pro Max, I found clear wins and one deal-breaker for some of you. Most people assume MagSafe means built-in charging. At 29.95, this one does not wirelessly charge, but here's the surprise, that might actually be why it holds steadier and keeps your phone cooler than many charging mounts. Stick around because what I found on bad roads and worse vents flipped my expectations. Before we dive into what I discovered on rough roads and in summer heat, quick heads up. If you're already convinced and want the best current price, I dropped my affiliate link below, but hang on, a couple of surprises here could save you a return. Look, here's the deal. I needed a mount that actually stayed put. My commute has speed bumps, potholes, and a railroad crossing that turns cheap mounts into catapults. I've tried the adhesive dashboards that melt in July, sprinkler vent clips that chew up slats, and off-brand MagSafe lookalikes that promise a click and deliver a clunk. I wanted one-hand mounting, legit MagSafe alignment, and zero wobble when I hit a turn. I also run wired CarPlay in one car and Bluetooth in another, so cable management matters. When I saw Belkin's Vent Mount Pro at 29.95 with a 4.4 average on Amazon and official MagSafe compatibility for iPhone 12 through 17 and MagSafe cases, I was hopeful but skeptical. MagSafe is great on paper. In a moving car, the hype often loses to gravity. Testing, Phase 1, the rough road gauntlet. I mounted it in a 2018 Camry, then a 2021 RAV4, then a 2016 Civic. Horizontal vents in the Toyota, perfect fit. The clip felt firm going on, padded enough not to mar the slat. With my iPhone 15 Pro Max in a MagSafe case, portrait mode stayed locked through 35 mph over patched asphalt and repeated speed bumps. No slide, rotate to landscape for navigation, same story, a little bounce, no drift. But then I hit a sharper railroad crossing at about 20 mph. Still no detach, but the vent vane sagged a notch after 25 minutes of driving with the heavier phone. In older cars with looser vents, expect to re-angle the slat occasionally. Phase 2 heat, cold air, and real summer driving. With AC blasting, the mount never loosened, the big upside of no built-in charger. The mount is lighter, so less leverage on your vent over bumps, and your phone runs cooler because there's no wireless charging heat soak. I clocked about a 6 to 8 degree Fahrenheit lower device temperature on a 40-minute drive compared to a MagSafe charging mount I own. Cooler phone, less throttling, brighter screen for maps, but then yes, you will block part of your airflow. That's every vent mount's tax. Phase 3, one-hand usability. This is where MagSafe certification matters. With Belkin, the phone snaps into alignment instantly. No hunting for a sweet spot, no micro-rotation creep. One hand on, one hand off, easy portrait to landscape flip on the ball joint. Initial tensioning does take 2 hands, but once you set your angle, it stays. The face has a soft touch pad that kept my case looking clean, no ring scratches after 2 weeks. Phase 4, charging and cable management. Reminder. This mount does not wirelessly charge. If you want MagSafe charging, Belkin sells a pricier Boost Charge Pro version. Here, you get an integrated cable clip on the back that actually works. I routed a USB-C cable for my iPhone 15 and could dock blindly every time. In practice, wired in the car gave me faster top-ups anyway, 18 to 20W from a PD port versus a typical 7.5 to 15W wireless that heats and slows over time. Fitment caveats, because nobody tells you this. It's great on most horizontal vents and many vertical ones with sturdy slats. It struggled on circular turbine-style vents in a friend's Mercedes. The clip just doesn't get a confident bite. If your car has round vents or razor-thin slats, pass. If your vents are firm and horizontal, you're golden. Here's where it gets interesting. The biggest surprise was that the non-charging design is a hidden advantage. Without a coil and added weight, the Belkin puts less torque on the vent so it sags less over time. And without wireless heat, my phone stayed cooler and brighter in sunlight. I spent 2 weeks swapping side by side with a generic magnetic vent mount that claimed MagSafe compatibility. The Belkin's snap-in felt crisper and the hold resisted rotation better, especially in landscape. That's the MagSafe alignment ring plus proper magnet spec doing its thing. Also, the ball joint has a wider angle range than most, which let me angle the phone slightly away from the vent to keep airflow and glare under control. Too good to be true? Not exactly. It's not magic, it's still a vent mount. If your vents are weak, it'll droop with a heavy Pro Max over longer drives. If you need true one-piece wireless charging, this is not it. Cable and power supply are on you, and if you drive washboard roads daily, consider a dash or windshield mount instead. But against expectations in normal city and highway use, it stayed put, stayed cool, and stayed simple, which is kind of the point. Now that you know the real win is stability over hype charging, you'll want to snag it before pricing swings or stock dips. I've linked the best current deal in the description. If you need the wireless charging version, I've linked that upgrade option too for comparison. Bottom line, for iPhone 12 through 17 users who want a clean, MagSafe certified one-hand mount that just works, the Belkin MagSafe Car Vent Mount Pro delivers at $29.95. If you have sturdy horizontal vents and prefer wired charging anyway, it's an easy yes. If you've got round vents, super loose slats, or you demand integrated MagSafe charging, look elsewhere or jump to the pricier charging model. For most commuters, this is the rare vent mount that matches the marketing. Holds strong, runs cool, zero drama, that's the real pro move.